Hey again everyone, it's Gavin. Today we're going to go over a neat little plugin by Baby Audio called Parallel Aggressor. It is a sort of combination of parallel compression and parallel saturation, all mixed into one plugin that you can just kind of mix in together. Works extremely well on drum buses. So let's dive into it. We're going to work with a couple instances, one on an EDM loop, one on a live funk break. So starting out, the interface. I love this thing. It is so well designed. It's beautiful. It's pristine. If I don't like how it looks, I'm usually not going to use it, regardless of whether or not it sounds good. But this right here is just king. I just love it. So I'm going to turn it on. We're going to start with our dry sound. So we have a spank section, a heat section, and volume mixers for your spank, heat, and dry levels. Spank is super heavy compression. Heat is your saturation side, of course. So let's just listen to this loop without any of the effects on it. All right, so that's the loop. We're going to dig into our spank section starting off. I'm going to solo that. So again, this is super heavy compression over here, designed to just really make the sound smack really hard. So let's kind of listen to that, see how it sounds as we turn it up. So fairly extreme compression. Nice thing is you can, in addition to adjusting the volume of the whole signal for it, you can adjust how much compression is being applied. So I really like that. There's extra settings down on the left side. There's extra punch for basically boosting the transient even more. So you can hear that it just really sharpens the transient. There is extra smack, which boosts the body of the sound after the transient. There is a low preserve. As you can hear, it's not very bassy anymore. That is because everything's getting compressed, including the bass frequencies. So there's a low preserve button to basically allow bass frequencies to pass through unaffected while everything else is. So this is how that sounds. So you can really hear just how much bass is allowed through with the low preserve on there. Then you have a mono section. Just literally takes any stereo information within the spank and turns it into mono. Great mixing tool right there. So that effect is more subtle. How much of a change that makes will depend on how much stereo information there is in your sample or sound that you're working with. So that is our spank side. Let's move on over to the heat. So again, heat is the saturation side. So we're going to play with it soft and play with it hard. Here we go. So you can hear that it can go from mild to pretty extreme. There's an extra hot function, which just kind of makes it extra hot. Go figure. So you hear that it just kind of subtly adds a little extra flavor to the mix. You got a slightly different tone that you can apply to it. Again, a subtle effect, but one that makes a difference. There's another low preserve. So you'll still hear that with the heat cranked pretty high, it does still distort the lower bass frequencies and makes them sound less bassy. But the low preserve still allows a lot of the bass through at the lower levels, makes a lovely bassy, crunchy saturation. Then there is your high cut, which just, you could hear how bright and tinny the distortion was making it sound. So the high cut just lessens that. All right then. So that's the heat section. So we've played with spank and heat separate from our dry signal. Now, let's play with all of them. We're just gonna kind of fiddle until it sounds good. All right, so lots of subtle changes happening, but enough to just kind of fatten the sound, make it a little nicer. Now we're gonna move on to the live drum break, which this one comes a little bit different than the other one. We're just gonna, since we know the effects, we're gonna just dive right in and we're gonna play with this sucker. All right, so that's Parallel Aggressor in a nutshell. As far as my opinion on the plugin, it's one that is a little better suited for more subtle effects at times, can do extreme stuff. I just like the fact that I can saturate, heavily compress, and do parallel compression, all that, within a single plugin. That, I mean, this thing, especially with the fact that I can boost the transient and the body further and alter the distortion effect slightly, this plugin does the work of like 4, 5, or 6 different plugins in my normal chains. So that's a huge CPU load off of all this. Just in general, this thing is fantastic. I have tried another couple of Baby Audio plugins. Always had good experiences with them, and I actually had a good customer service experience with Baby Audio, where I lost my license for Parallel Aggressor, and I was able to work with them. Like, I lost it because I had it on the Novation plugin collective, which doesn't exist anymore, so I lost the license key as a result. All they asked for was proof that I was a Novation member, and boom, I was able to get the plugin, and it was fantastic. Like, it helped a whole lot to be able to get it back, and it really elevated my opinion of them as a company. Not only do they make a great product, but their customer service for existing customers is fantastic. So very highly recommend this plugin. Highly recommend you take a look at Baby Audio's other stuff. I'll drop some links down at the bottom for this plugin and some of their others. By all means, try their stuff out. Let me know what you think with a comment down at the bottom. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe. It does help the channel quite a lot. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day.